Hello and welcome to this brand new episode of Parliament This Week, where we bring you all the developments from upper and lower house of the Parliament in the week. I'm Smriti Rastogi. First up, Rajya Sabha was adjourned on Friday amid uproar by the opposition over the government's move to allow 10 agencies to intercept information from any computer system. The issue led to a heated exchange of words between the Treasury and the opposition benches.
Rajya Sabha on Friday witnessed an uproar over the issue of data privacy. When the House reassembled after lunch to take up private members' business, Leader of Opposition in the upper house, Ghulam Nabi Azad, raised the interception order issue. He alleged that the government has encroached upon the privacy of citizens by issuing such an order.
All central agencies, all federal agencies, एक मिनट में खत्म करूं, all federal agencies, let loose.
Responding to the charge, Leader of the House Arun Jaitley said the order has been issued keeping in view of threats to the national security and integrity of the country. He also said that the government has just notified the executive order, which was first issued by the UPA government in 2009.
और उस कानून रूल्स के तहत from time to time वही एजेंसीज हैं, IB, CBI, नारकोटिक एजेंसी, DRI इत्यादि जो नोटिफाई हो जाती हैं, जिसका संबंध नेशनल सिक्योरिटी, पब्लिक ऑर्डर, इंटीग्रिटी ऑफ इंडिया के साथ खिलवाड़ या खतरे का है, तो ये ऑथराइज्ड एजेंसीज हैं. तो तब से लेकर जब से एक्ट बना, these orders of authorization are repeated from time to time. 20 दिसंबर को वही ऑर्डर रिपीट हुआ है जो 2009 से आपकी सरकार के समय से आज तक चला आ रहा था.
Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad also allayed apprehensions about the order's misuse.
कांग्रेस पार्टी नहीं चाहती है कि जो आतंकवाद का दुरुपयोग करते हैं कंप्यूटर पर उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई हो, जो देश को तोड़ने की बात करते हैं उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई हो. मैं समझता हूं राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा के प्रति ये कौन सी बात की जा रही है.
As the din continued, Deputy Chairman Harivansh adjourned the House till December 27th.
The House stands adjourned till 11 a.m. Thursday, 27 December 2018.
According to a Home Ministry order, security and intelligence agencies have been authorized to intercept, monitor and decrypt any information generated, transmitted, received or stored in any computer resource under the IT Act. The agencies include the Intelligence Bureau, the Enforcement Directorate and the CBI. Panjanan Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
The stalemate which continued in the upper house during the second week of the winter session. Now, the disruption by members over various issues led to these repeated adjournments. The House will now convene on Thursday after an extended Christmas break. The beginning of the second week of the winter session of the Parliament saw proceedings disrupted repeatedly in the Rajya Sabha. On Monday, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu adjourned the House within minutes as members of the DMK and AIA-DMK stormed into the well of the House, demanding a permanent solution to the Kaveri water dispute. The Treasury benches also raised the issue of the 1984 anti-Sikh riots, demanding an apology from the Congress. Amid the sloganeering, Leader of the Opposition, Ghulam Nabi Azad, also raised the Rafale issue.
I have received the notice. The matter is before the Supreme Court. I am yet to examine it. The House is adjourned to meet at 11 a.m. tomorrow. What is this going on every day?
However, formal business was conducted in the House. Member Kumar Ketkar submitted a parliamentary standing committee report on Sino-India relations, including Doklam, the border situation and cooperation in international organizations. The report recommended better roads and infrastructure in the regions bordering China. As the House met on Tuesday, Chairman Naidu appealed for smooth conduct of the House amid disruptions, emphasizing that discussions on crucial issues of national importance must not be stalled due to disruptions.
Once again, I want to appeal to all of you, please have a peaceful conduct of the House and allow issues to be discussed. And particularly afternoon, we will be discussing the Tamil Nadu situation, Kerala situation, and Andhra Pradesh situation, Party Varsa situation, arising out of the cyclone. And then bills afterwards, as have been already agreed upon.
Discussions on the calling attention motion on the devastation caused by Titli and Gaja cyclones could not continue as Congress member Anand Sharma raised a point of order over the Rafale issue, the permission for which was denied by the chairman as the matter is in the Supreme Court.
When the leader of opposition was speaking and about the privilege notices that have been given, what could not be heard in the din at that time, and I have checked the records, the Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs referred to Shri Rahul Gandhi, who is Congress President but a member of the Lok Sabha, and asking him to apologize.
Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs Vijay Goyal said the government was ready to discuss any issue. The chairman also expressed displeasure over the discussion on important issues such as damage caused due to the cyclones not happening.
I think you people are not interested in discussing public issues. Cyclone is a serious issue. People have lost their lives. Farmers are very much affected. Not one state, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and also Andhra Pradesh and other states. And you people are not interested in discussing.
The proceedings were disrupted on Wednesday and Thursday as well, as members of the AIADMK, DMK and Congress continued to press with their demands, despite fervent appeals by the chairman to allow business to be taken up. The proceedings of the Rajya Sabha were disrupted again on Friday over the Rafale and Kaveri issues. Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu appealed to all the members of the House to discuss and evolve a consensus for a system to ensure smooth conduct of the House, reminding members that it is a short winter session and crucial bills needed to be passed.
The government and the opposition and others should all meet together, discuss among themselves and then evolve some sort of system so that the, number one, House functions. Number two, this way of bringing placards or giving slogans against the leaders, or for that matter for anybody, should be avoided. वो तो शोभा नहीं दे रहे. सब लोगों ने अनुभव से आप लोगों ने भी अनुभव किया होगा और इसका काफ़ी लोगों में चर्चा हो रहा है और नेगेटिव मैसेज जा रहे.
With no let-up in protest, the House was adjourned until after the Christmas break. With inputs from Kriti Mishra and Panchanan Mishra, Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. And Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu clarified on Thursday that Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs, Vijay Goyal, did not make any remarks against Congress President Rahul Gandhi on the floor of the House. After going through the records, the chairman said he found Union Minister Vijay Goyal's assertion denying Congress leader Anand Sharma's remarks on the matter to be correct.
After the House conducted formal business, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu informed the House that Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs Vijay Goyal did not make any reference to Congress President Rahul Gandhi in the Rajya Sabha.
18th December 2018, when the House reassembled after lunch, Sri Anand Sharma, while raising a point of order under Rule 238, submitted that on checking the records, he found that morning, while leader of the opposition was speaking about the privilege notices, the Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs referred to Sri Rahul Gandhi, who is the Congress President but a member of the Lok Sabha, and asked him to apologize. Yesterday, that is 19th December, when the House met Sri Vijay Goyal, Minister for Parliamentary Affairs, while pointing out to allegation made by Sri Anand Sharma, submitted that he had nowhere referred to Rahul Gandhi in his submissions made in the House on 18th December 2018, and Sri Anand Sharma has misread the House. He demanded that Sri Anand Sharma should withdraw his words and those words to be removed from the official records of Rajya Sabha. I had then said that I will go through the records. I have carefully gone through the debates of the Rajya Sabha of 18th December 2018 and found, as per the records, nowhere Sri Vijay Goyal, Minister of State for Parliament Affairs, in his submission referred to Rahul Gandhi. Therefore, the what is this? What is it? Unnecessary controversy ko mat badhaiye. I want to put the record straight and leave it there. If you want to just prolong it, therefore the averment made by Sri Vijay Goyal are correct.
While raising a point of order on the 18th of December, Congress leader Anand Sharma had stated that Goyal sought an apology from Rahul Gandhi, who is a member of the Lok Sabha, over the Rafale issue.
But at the same time,
different slogans are raised in the House.
The members of the
Slogans sometimes are raised by both sides. They shall not go on record.
Check the visuals.
However, the following day, on the 19th of December, Minister Goyal said he made no reference to Rahul Gandhi and demanded that remarks made by Anand Sharma be withdrawn. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu on Wednesday appealed to the members to contribute generously for the rehabilitation of Kerala flood victims.
As soon as the Rajya Sabha convened for the day, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu told the House that 97 Rajya Sabha MPs had contributed over 36 crore rupees from their MP lad funds. 60 MPs contributed a month's salary totaling over 58 lakh rupees for rehabilitation in flood-ravaged Kerala.
There has been a large-scale devastation which took place in August 2018 in various parts of Kerala due to floods and landslides. Heavy damage to life and property due to the calamity has been reported, as many people lost their lives while thousands have been left stranded. I, along with the Honourable Speaker, Lok Sabha, have made a joint appeal to all the members of Parliament to contribute generously from their MP lads funds and also to donate their 1 month's salary for relief and rehabilitation works in the affected areas.
The Rajya Sabha chairman also expressed gratitude for the contribution and urged members to contribute generously.
I am happy to inform you that 97 members of the Rajya Sabha have contributed rupees 36 crores 65 lakhs 50,000 from their MP lad funds, and 60 members donated their 1 month's salary amounting to rupees 58 lakhs 69,999 for relief and rehabilitation works in the affected areas of Kerala.
Heavy rains in August this year triggered floods, leaving a trail of destruction in Kerala. Over 400 people were killed, while 1 million others were evacuated and rescued. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And the government also laid on the table of the House papers related to the information on President's rule in Jammu and Kashmir. Congress raised this issue in the Rajya Sabha, and leader of the opposition, Ghulam Nabi Azad, demanded a discussion on the matter. The government also said that it is ready to discuss every issue, including the Rafale deal, but due to the protests in the House on different issues, the proceedings remained disrupted. In the Rajya Sabha, Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs, Vijay Goyal, tabled papers related to the President's announcement on Article 356 of the Constitution regarding Jammu and Kashmir on December 19, 2018.
On behalf of my senior colleague Shri Rajnath Singh Ji, I rise to lay on the table a copy each in English and Hindi of the following papers. Proclamation GSR 1223E issued by the President on 19th of December 2018 under Article 356 of the Constitution in relation to the state of Jammu and Kashmir under Clause 3 of the said article. Second, Order GSR 1224E dated the 19th December 2018 made by the President under subclass 1 of Class C of the proclamation mentioned at 1 above. Third, report of the Governor of Jammu and Kashmir dated the 28th of November 2018 to the President recommending the issue of proclamation. Congress leader Anand Sharma demanded a discussion on the matter. Apart from this, the Congress also raised the Rafale deal issue in the House, on which the party has been demanding a JPC probe. Responding to the demand, Vijay Goyal said that the government is ready to discuss all issues, including Rafale.
My party is very clear that there are important issues, matters of public concern, functioning of the agencies, which need to be discussed in this House. Today, on behalf of the Home Minister, this ordinance has been placed on Jammu and Kashmir under Article 356. We would like that to be taken up urgently for discussion. So regarding the other issues, as the chair has mentioned, I would urge the leader of the House. We have given notices and the government is aware, sir.
Yeah,
so in the intervening period, the government has a position. We feel that on this particular controversy on Rafale, we are willing for discussion, sir, in the House.
We are also willing.
We are willing for discussion,
no, okay.
but with the JPC.
सरकार राफेल समेत सर्व विषयों पर चर्चा के लिए तैयार है। अगर विपक्ष चाहता है तो अभी इसी समय राफेल पे चर्चा शुरू कर सकते हैं आप, किंतु विपक्ष भाग रहा है। दूसरी बात यह है, कल मैं नेता प्रतिपक्ष से भी मिला था और मैं विपक्षी दलों के दूसरे नेताओं से भी संपर्क में हूं और मैं चाहता हूं कि सरकार के सदन के अंदर कामकाज होना चाहिए। सरकार की पूरी इच्छा है कि हर विषय के ऊपर, हर सब्जेक्ट के ऊपर सरकार चर्चा के लिए तैयार है।
When the House reconvened after recess, Leader of the Opposition, Ghulam Nabi Azad, raised the issue of President's rule in Jammu and Kashmir. He also demanded a discussion on the matter.
2 पॉइंट उठाने, लंबा डिस्कशन नहीं करना चाहूँ। एक तो जम्मू कश्मीर के बारे में 356 का इस्तेमाल किया गया और किस तरह से जम्मू कश्मीर में पहले एनिमेटेड सस्पेंशन में विधानसभा रखी गई, फिर गवर्नर रूल रखा, अब सेंट्रल रूल हो गया। तो सदन चल रहा है, पार्लियामेंट दोनों हाउसेज चल रहे हैं, लोकसभा और राज्यसभा, और यहाँ कोई चर्चा नहीं हो रही। जिस वक्त गवर्नर रूल से इसको राष्ट्रपति रूल लाना चाहे था, इस सदन में और दूसरे सदन में चर्चा होनी चाहिए। जम्मू कश्मीर एक बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा।
However, the proceedings of the House remained disrupted due to the uproar, even after continuous requests by the chairman for its smooth conduct, following which the House was adjourned for the day.
The House stands adjourned till 11 a.m. Thursday, 27 December 2018.
Panchanan Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And the Lok Sabha on Wednesday passed the Surrogacy Regulation Bill 2016. The bill aims at prohibiting commercial surrogacy and unethical practices related to this practice. Introducing the bill, Health Minister JP Nadda stated that the bill permits surrogacy only for Indian couples who can't conceive.
The Lok Sabha on Wednesday passed the Surrogacy Regulation Bill 2016. The bill was passed after an hour-long debate amid noisy protests by Congress and AIADMK members. The bill aims at prohibiting commercial surrogacy and allows the process only by close relatives for altruistic reasons. Health Minister JP Nadda called the proposed legislation historic. Introducing the bill, Nadda said India has been a hub for commercial surrogacy. He said the bill is aimed at stopping the exploitation of Indian women. Nadda further added that the bill aims to stop commercial surrogacy and also save families by allowing them to have children using modern science.
It is towards the pure altruistic surrogacy, completely banning the commercial surrogacy, which will prevent exploitation of women in India and in future the children born through surrogacy. All sections of the society and all NGOs and all civil societies have said that commercial surrogacy should go.
The Surrogacy Regulation Bill was introduced in Lok Sabha in 2016. A standing committee suggested further recommendations in 2017. The bill defines surrogacy an arrangement whereby an intending couple commissions a surrogate mother to carry their child. It permits surrogacy only for couples who cannot conceive a child. It says that no payment other than reasonable medical expenses can be made to the surrogate mother. Surrogate children will be deemed to be the biological child of the intending couple. Central and state governments will appoint appropriate authorities to grant eligibility certificates to the intending couple and the surrogate mother. Ravindra Sharon's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
And the Lok Sabha on Thursday passed the Consumer Protection Bill 2018 by voice vote. The bill proposes to set up a commission to hear complaints. It will now go to the Rajya Sabha for the passage.
The Lok Sabha on Thursday passed the Consumer Protection Bill 2018 that seeks to replace the Consumer Protection Act 1986. It was passed amid noisy protests by Congress and AIADMK members. The bill provides a mechanism for redressal of consumers' complaints regarding defective goods and deficient services. Replying to a brief debate, Consumer Affairs Minister Ram Vilas Paswan said the legislation had not been amended for the last 3 decades and needed changes to strengthen rights of the consumers.
अभी भी कोई आदमी सुझाव देना चाहेंगे तो हम खुले दिमाग से क्या कहते हैं कि उस पर करेंगे। इसमें कहीं कोई मामला सरकार का नहीं है, कोई मामला पॉलिटिकल नहीं है, प्रोडक्ट लायबिलिटी का मामला है या मिलावट का मामला है। मिलावट 2 तरह के हैं, एक FSSAI देखता है, एक हम लोग देखते हैं। तो इन सारी चीज़ों को लेकर के जो है ये बिल क्या कहते हैं कि हम लोगों ने जो है यहाँ लाया है। इसमें क्या कहते हैं कि
The bill will now go to the Rajya Sabha for passage. The bill defines consumer rights as the right to be protected against the marketing of goods, products or services which are hazardous to life and property. It will have the power to set up a central consumer protection authority to promote, protect and enforce consumer rights as a class. The bill defines contracts as unfair if they significantly affect the rights of consumers. It establishes consumer disputes redressal commissions at district, state and national levels. Ravindra Sharon's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
The Lok Sabha passed several other bills also. It introduced the fresh bill to make the practice of triple talaq among Muslims a penal offence. With that, it's a wrap on this edition, and we are leaving you with this very special report. Thank you for watching.
A fresh bill to make the practice of triple talaq among Muslims a penal offence was introduced in Lok Sabha on Monday. The Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Bill 2018 was introduced to replace an ordinance issued in September. Introducing the bill, Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said it was essential to help Muslim women facing the problem of instant triple talaq. Opposing the bill, Congress MP Shashi Tharoor said divorce cannot be made a penal offence. Under the proposed law, giving instant triple talaq will be illegal and void and will attract a jail term of 3 years for the husband.
आपको मालूम है 3 तलाक की महिलाओं के प्रोटेक्शन के लिए बिल लाया गया है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने निर्णय किया ये गलत है, गैर कानूनी है, असंवैधानिक है। इसके बावजूद देश में धड़ल्ले से 3 तलाक दिया जा रहा था। इसलिए इसमें सोच विचार कर एक कानून लाया गया है।
I do believe that this bill is a misconceived bill. It should not be brought to the House. I do not believe that Parliament has the competence to enact such a bill.
The Lok Sabha also passed a bill seeking to empower the transgender community by providing them a separate identity on Monday. The Transgender Persons Protection of Rights Bill was introduced in the Lok Sabha 2 years ago. The bill seeks to define transgenders and prohibit discrimination against them. The Rajya Sabha cleared it on April 24, 2015.
प्रत्येक स्थापन में शिकायत निवारण तंत्र स्थापित करने, राष्ट्रीय उभयलिंगी परिषद की स्थापना करने, विधेयक के उपबंधों का उल्लंघन करने के लिए दंड देने आदि प्रावधानों को लेकर के ये विधेयक प्रस्तुत किया है.
Parliament on Thursday passed the bill for people with autism and other disabilities. The National Trust for Welfare of Persons with Autism, Cerebral Palsy, Mental Retardation and Multiple Disabilities Amendment Bill 2018 was passed by the Rajya Sabha last week. Social Justice and Empowerment Minister Thawar Chand Gehlot said a chairperson of the trust could not be appointed since 2012 due to the stringent selection criteria. He added the amendments will ease the procedure related to appointment of a chairperson.
धारा 4 में कि उसकी अवधि 3 साल की होगी और यदि वो त्याग पत्र दे देगा तो सरकार उसको जब स्वीकृत कर लेगी तब से ही वो पदमुक्त हो जाएगा और उसकी पदमुक्ति के पहले अगर 3 साल की कार्यावधि हो रही है तो 2.5 साल में ही उसके उत्तराधिकारी के चयन की प्रक्रिया प्रारंभ कर दी जाएगी.
The bill aims to streamline the appointment and resignation of members of a trust that helps people with disability to live independently. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.